This project started with a resin cast sword blade that Steven made back in his shop. The first layer was a roll of red metallic vinyl. It has a backing paper that needs to be peeled away to expose the adhesive on the back of the vinyl. We peeled away a little bit of the backing as we started applying the sticky sheet to the plastic sword blade. The vinyl can be heated up gently and carefully using a heat gun and then stretched around any difficult spots. We also used a plastic squeegee to press the material into deeper crevices. This particular brand of vinyl also has a transparent protective sheet over the top of it. This allowed us to be a little bit more aggressive with how we applied the vinyl. Once the majority of the red was laid down, we trimmed away most of the extra material so that we could focus on getting the edges cleaned up. The front and rear edges of the blade have opposite curves and therefore provided different challenges. The front edge went down fairly easily and Steven was able to trim the vinyl right up to the edge in just a couple of passes with a sharp hobby knife. The rear edge was a little bit more tricky. We left some extra material and wrapped it over the edge. After that, we used masking tape to plan where the vinyl should be trimmed. With hands like a surgeon, Steven cut the vinyl down the razor's edge of the blade and then peeled away all of that extra vinyl. More of the red vinyl was trimmed away in the recesses of the blade and some final touch-up was done to the remaining wrinkles. With the red metallic vinyl all done, we could peel away the protective top sheet and move on to the really exciting part, the carbon fiber. I drew up a pattern of hexagons using Inkscape. The machine made short work of our design, cutting dozens of perfect hexagons. Then we weeded out the negative space, leaving behind only the positive hex shapes. We laid down a sheet of adhesive transfer paper over the cut carbon fiber, and then we peeled it all off the backing paper, leaving the adhesive back exposed. Steven was able to stick this sheet down to the first red metallic layer, careful to get it placed in just the right spot. Once it was perfectly aligned, he pressed it firmly down onto the surface. Then he flipped it over and trimmed away the extra hexagons. Then he flipped it over and peeled away the transfer tape, leaving the hexagons down on the surface. Just like with the red vinyl, he had to trim away the overhanging extra material along the sword blade edge. This was fairly tedious, but well worth the effort. Steven peeled away the backing on just one row of hexagons and got them lined up and stuck down before peeling away the rest of the sheet and pressing it down on the surface before peeling away the transfer tape. We did find that sometimes individual hexagons didn't go down perfectly, so they were removed, repositioned, and pressed back down onto the surface. I'm absolutely in love with this finish. It's so cool. I couldn't even imagine trying to replicate something like this using paint.